Hello, I am Koreina Cat, and this is Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest Playthrough. I'm just gonna keep saying all of that in like the most weird way possible until it catches on. How about that?
Why not? American Dad did it.
That's fair. This is my new character that I've been running for this, Xaeus Maors. She is beautiful. She's not. Anyway,
I disagree.
midriff and all. Hey, I have a midriff. Mine looks better. Anyway, I'm also like a whole like... Dude, she comes up to my shoulders. Anyway, hopefully I get my chocobo soon, because I'm tired of constantly... Why are my boobs so big? Anyway, I'm tired of constantly having to, you know... all it takes. What?
None.
Oh, that's Xaeus cackling in the background. Anyway. Contender! Nope, that's an actual word. Contender! There we go. Oh, hey, look, where I get to pick my free company. Until not very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. What? Before your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. I mean, you can sum everything up like that, I guess. Sure. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. Just straight boob shot. It's fine. We have guests, Xaeus. Or rather, you have guests.
Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I'm given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks.
As you can see, Xaeus, your recent exploits have granted you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Xaeus' deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep?
Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Moors. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant woman such as you. Join your strength to ours. Friend, join our strength. Join us, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood.
You know, I would lean that way, but you stumbling over your words like that makes me think you're not very fit to have Ifrit's Bane on your side.
Whatever do I mean? What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mr. S'mores. My company, ha.
No. Is it the name? Is it Mistress Maors? Is that throwing you off?
They are taken aback by your beauty.
Oh, I see.
My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. While even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dead primal, yours was already a respected name in Ul'dah. Our people know you and love you. Well.
Clearly.
A woman of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames, with me. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together, let us secure our position. Prosperous future for old.
Next.
The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa to the shores of glory. Also, no worries, I'm gay.
Well, that's some pretty solid standings.
Lady Minfilia.
Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon a martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in time of strife. Ugh. Minfilia, I don't need a history lesson. Too bad you're getting one. There is a presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Clearly, they're like right in front of us, but that's fine. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in other endeavors. Look, I just want my fucking chocobo. I just want the giant chicken thing, alright? Like, if you're agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. The thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold a remembrance service. God damn it, you're gonna make me go to all 3 fucking city-states, aren't you? Pray return to the waking sands. Well, as part of the proceedings, I'm given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? No!
A fine suggestion. You're as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Almost as beautiful as... No mind.
I guess you got his personality right. Shit.
Very well. Let Exalia hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision.
Okay, but like, why though?
We eagerly await your answer.
I already know my answer. Do I have to do this? Oh, they're just gonna sit in here and stare at you while I go and do this thing? Yes. I know full well that adventurers are, by their nature, a liberty-loving breed. I feel like that's wrong. And not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Exalia, and with great power comes great responsibility. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe. I think that's a quote from something. I don't know. Anyway. And with it, You are capable of doing untold good. Okay, basically kind of the same. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. I hate that they use that.
Why? It's a word.
It always feels so weirdly placed in their sentences.
Well,
anyway. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one woman amongst many. A friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. It's still going on. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Company seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. So then I don't need to come back here after I do this shit. Thanks. I love it. Eorzea is changing, Xaeus, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Taru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. That was so much fun. I cannot wait to come back and make a decision that I have no idea what I'm choosing at this very moment. Ah!
welcome to ARR.
Oh, joy. Joy! Tataru, shouldn't you be facing the other way? Hi, Tataru. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Xaeus. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'm sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. I mean, I can guess, but... If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services. The Elder Seedseer, Connie Senna, will deliver her address at the Miketo's Amphitheater. Mikito?
So.
Mikote? Mikote Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General Ralban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's going to be a special guest. How exciting. But last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlwib Blovzv will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthael, and he will admit you. Got all that? I'm sure I do. Well, off you go. I hope you find this remembrance service suitable suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Oh, I see. There's not actually an order.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, why, like, Uldal's closer to here? Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
This sucks. I just want my bucket. Where are we going?
Gridania.
Okay. I want to save Uldal last. Since that's closer to here.
Hmm.
I guess not that it matters, but... Yay! God, is this going to be another one of those where this is the only quest I do the entire time?
Probably.
I'm glistening with sky wetness. That's one way to state it, I'm sure.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
God damn, what y'all talking about?
The calamity.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelves Wood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
For
forest.
the elementals! If you'll permit me, Aliphinaud.
Alright, Alfie.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
Oh, it's girl Aliphinaud.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
You ready to play Aliphinaud?
boy. No, that's big shoes to fill. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being a naturally warlike disposition and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians. Until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramun. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixil ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do not do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to the wars. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I wager. Meanwhile, the Ixil will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them?
Oh, wow, he's kind of a punk. Snobby little shit.
What did you think of the ceremony? I saw those two boys again.
Yeah, one's a girl apparently. They look identical though, so they must be twins. It was raining, so, you know, unfortunate. Let's see, next up on my list, Limsa? Or should I go in order?
Limsa it is.
Yay, Limsa! Onwards to Limsa! You know, there's reasons why I don't come to Limsa. Anyway. Are they gonna beat you up this time? Because you tried to go in there?
They never let me in. I have every right to be there than anybody else does.
I'm sure they understand that.
I know they do. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
Yay.
Sir, please back away. No! Ah!
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Ah, yeah, ah, ha, ha, yeah, ha.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilfier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
That was a really good speech. Racist, but good.
I was about to say that was painfully racist, but
Fancy meeting you again.
very, a lot more interesting and inflection in the voice than the
Better.
Gridanian one.
Dear God. I was like, during the Gridanian one at the end, I was like, oh, she's slowing so much, this isn't so bad. And then Meryl Webb from the get-go, I'm like, God, I'm on board. And then she started spouting the racism. I'm off board. But damn, I moved.
Yeah, blatantly racist. It's lovely. Anyway, Aliphinaud, you're kind of a little shit. A little snobby, but whatever. Yep, fancy meeting you again, Aliphinaud. And female Aliphinaud. Oh, that's it. That's all you say. Okay.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Little Minson's backyard. And that is to say not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Laminsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question.
So it kind of bugs me a little bit that Alize is just there.
I think this whole thing makes her angry, and that's why she's keeping quiet, because she knows she'll just probably blow up. They wouldn't let me in.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes, especially when you threaten to beat up the guard.
He was being racist. There are lots of racists everywhere.
There is. Hopefully us, you know, killing these beast tribes gods makes everyone not racist. Is that how that works?
I don't think so. Also, I saw the twins again. The one with the red thing, the one with the red hair tie is the boy, right?
No. The red hair tie is the girl. She hasn't talked. I don't know. Maybe she's mute.
Oh, well. Think you'll ever see them again? I mean, it's kind of a coincidence to run into them on the carriage and then at both of these. Who are they?
They introduced, well, the boy said his name was Aliphinaud, and the sister was Alize.
And what's their stake in all this?
No idea. He's kind of just a snobby brat, and she's silent, so.
Well, they did look Charlian, so not surprised.
Now who's the racist?
Charlian isn't a race. Listen, here's what I have to say about that.
I'm kind of upset because I was muted for that, but...
No!
They'll never know what I said.
We just had a whole ass roleplay conversation about...
Well, okay, I wasn't muted for all of it. I was muted for the Charlian's you being racist part. Oh my God.
Alright, to reiterate, Chamber of Rule from the Ethernet.
Sorry, he said something about they look Charlian, and then I said something about now who's a racist? And he's trying to say that they're not a race, and I'm like, okay, but it's still a group of people from a city that you just said is very much like this. And then he said, here's what I have to say about that, and then teleported away. Anyway, yeah, that was the conversation.
So here's the thing.
Thais, where are you? Why are you all the way up there?
Oh, is that where they address it? No. Okay, my bad. Alright. So here's the thing. These guys let me in. 1. 2.
You got the magic pair of earrings, though.
I got them. You know, we won't talk about what other things I have magical pairs of, but be that as it may, the point is that the people of Charlian are part of a culture that has nothing to do with what they're born as or anything.
I still think that's technically, you know, having problems with a culture of people doesn't sound better.
Be that as it may, no, you're right.
Yeah.
However, I understand that Charlians are not born that way. Whereas most of the people here, everywhere, oh, they're Sahagin, so they must be evil. Oh, they're kobolds, so they must be vile. They must all worship Titan. They must all...
Yeah, no, I get it. Alright, I guess I have to listen to another speech.
Let's see what the Flame General...
Let's see how racist they can be. Yay.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people!
Ya for Ulda!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raubon? People of Ulda, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ulda. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ulda lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ulda, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I believe!
Fancy meeting you again.
Oh god, the voices, I can't.
The time is now!
What?
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, a beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't clump me in with the racists. Okay, they told me to do some fighting. I fought. That's. I questioned everything along the way.
Be that as it may, the Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life? Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ulda has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultan's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldan send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you.
Well, that one... Oh. Yeah, what is it? Exalia, this is Minfilia. Yeah, no shit. You're well, I hope? Sure. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? No, I'm in the middle of it. You just called me. You're kind of mean. Rude. A moment ago, you say? That's not what I said. Sure. What a coincidence! I doubt that. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here in the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. God damn it. Well, that wasn't as racist, but, you know. Still there, right?
The Flame General really knows how to stoke the fires in people's hearts, am I right? The Flame General knows how to really stoke the fires in people's hearts. Am I right?
I'm not laughing at this.
The Flame General!
Okay, goodbye.
It was a good speech, and you know it. The best of the three.
Was it? I kind of like Merwebs.
The racism kind of killed it for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And
Hers was the only one that actually had, like, real passion behind it, though.
yeah.
The Gridania one, none. H-star. Oh, she's
0.
facing the other way. But I already know which one I'm picking.
The ironically lifeless one.
No, I'm picking Old Dog, because that's where I started. That's where I've been! Because at least with, like on Koreina Cat, I picked Gridania because that's where she started. That, and I definitely was not paying attention to what was going on. I'm pretty sure I picked them out of chance. Because if I would have done it for realsies based off my favorite color, it would have been the Storm Officer, but I was like, no, wait. I was in Gridania. I should do Gridania. Anyway.
That's fair.
Actually. Whatever. Welcome back, Xaeus. Were the Grand Company's leaders' words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Xaeus. I mean, I think there technically is, like, a flying fuckton, but whatever. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
I can see why she kept quiet.
As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Aliphinaud, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister. and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Oh, hell yeah, I learned how to summon Emerald. Whoop. Anyway.
I never thought I'd say this, but I kind of miss ARR Aliphinaud.
He's kind of a little shit.
He really is, and both his voice actor and Alize's voice actress do phenomenal jobs of conveying their characters. So far, I'm leaning towards those two, Meryl Webb, and I want to say there was another one.
Yeah, I think their voices are fine. It's just Alize's to me is a little too high pitched, but that's I think because I'm used to the newer voice actress.
She sounds younger than she actually is, I think.
Yeah. Well, that was a almost hour-long thing. So, anyway, I guess next time we'll figure out which one I'm gonna join. I have no idea which one it will be. Absolutely none. So...
She picked me!
Shut up. Anyway... Until next time on Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest Playthrough! I'm sure that'll get annoying.
Sorry.
I said shut up! Okay, bye!